Good morning. We are actually heading to.
Sorry, I woke up.
Let's try that again. We are heading to get our passports, well, our visas for France. So we're very excited. But I thought I'll film a little intro to the video of today. We went to a restaurant recently and had vegan corn ribs. How amazing were they? Like little corns cut as if they were like little ribs. They were so nice, and that got me thinking. I wanted to make DJ cauliflower, sorry for the jiggle, cauliflower buffalo wings, which I've tried before and they are so amazing. So last night I filmed a little recipe. How good were they?
Really good.
He hasn't had his coffee. After coffee he'll say something better. But yeah, it was really good. So enjoy the recipe. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel. I upload every Thursday. Oh, and if you do make the recipe, please put your comments down below. So I'm starting this recipe off with 2 cauliflower heads. I'm just chopping them into smaller little pieces. I do make sure that when I do chop them, they're not a round piece, but flatter, so that I am able to lay them flat when I'm going to bake them. So yeah, I'm just cutting them a bit finer here. I'm then moving on to making the batter that I'm going to dip them in. I'm starting off with a 1/2 cup of plain flour. I'm using gluten-free flour, but you can use whichever. Then I'm also using 1 teaspoon of paprika. You're welcome to use more, but that's sufficient for me. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and yes, I do label my jars. And then also 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. I didn't have a teaspoon here. I just grinded it up roundabouts, eyeballed it, and then also 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then you mix them all together just to make sure all the dry ingredients are nice and combined, and then you add 1/2 cup of milk. I chose almond milk, but you can use whichever milk you would like. Then I'm adding 2 teaspoons of olive oil. If you'd like to add a different kind of oil like sunflower oil, you're welcome to do that as well, but I'm just using olive oil over here. Then we're mixing all of that together, and here you can kind of just give it a bit of a test and see, is it too runny, is it fine, because then you can add a little bit more of your milk or a bit of flour just to have it a nice consistency. Then I'm going to add the cauliflower heads over here and just mix them through thoroughly so that all of them are covered in the batter or the sauce that I've just made, to make sure they'll bake properly with this basting on top of it. Then you're going to be using a baking tray. I've lined it with wax paper, but then I also just added some coconut oil spray just to be double sure it doesn't stick to the bottom when I'm baking it. Then you can add your cauliflower mix with the batter into your baking tray. I did make a double batch, a bigger batch, so I am going to be putting it in 2 different bowls just because I #have to feed DJ. Then I'm going to be putting it in the oven for 20 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius to bake. Now we're moving on to the marinade. Here I'm using extra hot sriracha sauce. This is the first time I've bought this. I'm using 1 tablespoon. Depending on how spicy you want it, you can use 2, but I just used 1 tablespoon of this chili sauce here. So I did not lick off the spoon because, like I said, not a spicy person. Then also 1 teaspoon of olive oil, and then 2 teaspoons of honey. I'm clearly out of honey. I need to get some more. Then also 1 teaspoon of tamari or soy sauce, whichever you like to use. Then you're just going to mix all of that together to make a nice marinade for your cauliflower heads when they come out of the oven. Once you've taken your cauliflowers out of the oven after they've baked for 20 minutes, you're going to add your marinade to the cauliflower heads. I just used a wooden spoon here, but it would be so much better if you have a little basting brush that you can add it to. I also suggest doubling up on the basting sauce, the marinade, just because it does make it a bit juicier and stickier. Then we're going to put it back into the oven for another 20 minutes to bake. I just served it with some protein lentils and added some rice, some sticky rice, which DJ absolutely loves. I served it with some avocado on the side. Then I added my cauliflower heads to the side and made an absolute delicious buffalo wing bowl. And that is our healthy dinner for the evening. Try this recipe at home and let me know what you think. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for watching.